Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about the anatomy. You know the anatomy? Anatomy means the study of internal structure of organisms. In plants, the study of this anatomy showing the transverse section or tiers of root, stem or also leaf, and they can showing the internal structure of any part of the plant body. And we will study the first point, study of internal structure of root with the transverse section of dicot roots. You know the two types of the plants, dicot and monocots. These monocot plants having a single cotyledons and dicots plants present the two cotyledons. In this video, we will discuss about the structure of dicot roots. In the tiers, transverse section showing the internal structure, and there are different parts of the internal structure of dicot roots. This first part of dicot root, the transverse section of dicot root showing first layer, it is called the epiblema. It is the first layer of root, outermost layer, it is known as the epiblema, and this outermost layer, it is a single layer, and in this layer the some interruption takes place, and these interruptions is called the root hairs. This root hairs is present in this outermost layer, and this root hair is most important function for absorption of water and minerals. And this part is showing this layer is a outer layer, it is called epiblema. In this epiblema layer without cuticles, means outermost layer is a thin layer structure is formed the outer surface in many plants, but in the roots of dicot plants these cuticles are absent. Without cuticle, only the single layer structure is called the epiblema. Next layer, below this epiblema present the exodermis. This exodermis layer is found, but this exodermis is found in some time, that times after the death of epiblema, this outermost single layer of epiblema, after death of this layer, that times this outer layer of the cortex they can utilized, and this layer is from it is from the exodermis after the death of this epiblema, and they can formation of the exodermis, and this exodermis, it is a outermost layer of this cortex become utilized, and this utilized layer is called the exodermis. This is the second layer. Next one part of this structure or tiers of this dicot root showing cortex. This is a cortex. There are many cells are found in the cortex region. It is a transparent layer, and this cortex, it is most important function for the storage of water and food. It is the most important part of the dicot roots, because these cells are oval shape structure, and many cells 1 to 5 layers are arises in the cortex layers, and this cortex is the most important, and this cortex layer, it is found the parenchymatous cells. It is present the parenchymatous cells. You know this parenchyma. This parenchyma, it is one of the important tissues, simple permanent tissue is found in this region of cortex, and important function of this parenchyma, it is a storage of food material, and this tissue is present in the cortex region. It is a oval shape hexagonal structure of this parenchyma. Cells are found in the cortex region of the roots. Next layer, this is a important part of these roots, and this single layer below this cortex region having a single layer structure, it is called endodermis. This endodermis, it is a single layer structure, and this endodermis having the radial walls bears capsarian. These strips are found, and this strip, it is composed by important substance, it is known as a suberin. In the endodermis, this most important layer is found, and this endodermis, it is present the capsarian strips, and it is location of this endodermis, it is found the important chemical constitution is a suberin is present in the cortex region. And this in the endodermis, below this endodermis, it is found the one another layer, and this single layer, it is known as a pericycle. It is a single layer structure is found below the endodermal layer. It is present a single layer pericycle. And innermost layer of this tiers of the root showing inner part, most important tissues are xylem and phloem is found in the internal structure or internal part of these roots. And this part, it is called the stele. It is known as a stele, or it is also called the vascular tissue or vascular bundles is found in the center of roots. And this stele means 2 to 6 radial vascular bundles are found. Now the radial vascular bundles means the xylem and phloems, they are alternately present in the innermost part of the roots, and these xylem and phloem tissues are alternately present, but in the phloem and this is a xylem, they are alternate, means radial type of the arrangement, radial vascular bundles, it is found inside of the roots. The most important function of this phloem is a complex permanent tissue, and this tissue is important function for the transportation of food material, or they can conduct the food material from other part of the plants. And this most important another tissue, it is a metaxylem and protoxylem. Means the xylem is a exerge condition, because this xylem, the metaxylem is present in the center and protoxylem is a peripheral arrangement. They can present in the periphery of this metaxylem, and this type of arrangement is called the xylem exerge arrangement. And this meta and protoxylem is present at the center. And next one important part, in the center it is present the pith. In the tiers of the dicot roots, the central important part, it is a pith, and this pith is a narrow cavity, and this pith having the parenchymatous tissues are present in the center of the pith, and there is no any intercellular spaces is found in the center. The central part of the tiers of the root is a pith, and this pith having the many cells, and these are the parenchymatous cells without spaces are present in this pith. This is a structure or internal structure of the dicot roots. This anatomy of dicot roots with the internal structure of the root showing these different layers in the transverse section of the roots. And these roots, for the first important layer, it is called the epiblema. It is the outermost covering of these roots, and these roots present the root hairs. This layer is present the root hairs, and these are the most important for the absorption of water and minerals. And below this epiblema, the exodermis is found after the death of the epiblema tissue, the formation of the exodermis. Below this exodermis, the 5 to 6 layers are found, and this layer is called the cortex. and this cortex having many parenchyma means present the parenchyma tissue, and most important function of these cells are storage of food. And innermost part, it is a endodermis, it is a single layer having the capsarian strips, and it is constitutes about the suberin. And below this endodermis single layer structure is a pericycle, and innermost layer of this pericycle present the patches of vascular bundles, means called the stele. These vascular bundles means the xylem and phloems are arises in the center, and they are alternately radially they can arrange inside of the roots, and there are metaprotoxylems are found, and also phloem, and central pith. It is a pith cavity, is a narrow cavity, and this cavity present the parenchymatous tissue and without intercellular spaces in this parenchyma tissues. This is the internal structure or anatomy of the dicot roots.